Hello everyone, good evening. I welcome you all to our YouTube channel Umang Solutions. You will find video lectures on Android app development, Python programming, web development and various other technologies in our YouTube channel Umang Solutions. We are working relentlessly and are putting our best efforts to give you the right material, good knowledge and an insightful playlist. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel Umang Solutions, subscribe it now. Also follow our LinkedIn page, Umang Solutions, to get updates on the ongoing workshops, events, and many other interesting sessions conducted by us. So, for today, our topic for demonstration would be Firebase Realtime Database. Okay, so let me go to Firebase console. Let me go to my Firebase console. First of all, I'll just brief out what real-time database is. So real-time database is also like the other databases. It is used to store the data as well as retrieve the data. But the notable, I'll be explaining you some of the notable differences. Uh, in the relational databases, in the conventional traditional databases, what happens is data is stored in the form of rows and columns. So in the relational databases, data is stored in the form of rows and columns. Coming to Firebase real-time database, data is stored in the form of a tree. Okay, you can see how simple the data is organized as. So here is a unique ID, and these email and these details like email, name, and phone number are children of those unique ID. So Firebase real-time database, as you can see, follows a NoSQL format. Okay, so this is very understandable and this is very simple to see. Okay, even a Navy user, when he comes and sees this database, he can easily understand. So this is one of the advantage. The second advantage is, technically speaking, so the second advantage is pay as you go. Coming to what pay as you go means, whenever you will be using the database, only then you need to pay. But one more thing I would like to tell over here is, if you are using it for demonstration or testing purpose, you need not pay for anything. So the difference from the relational databases and traditional databases is, you need not buy any server. Okay, you need not pay thousands of rupees and buy any server. So what you can do is just create a Firebase real-time database and make use of it. So as and when you will be using Firebase real-time database on very large scale, only then you need to pay. So you can see how paying will differ according to different scenarios in the documentation itself of real-time database. So in this session, I'll be explaining you some of the more many more differences between between real-time database and the normal database, and then I'll be moving on to the demonstration. Okay, so the third difference between real-time database and the normal server is, so you need not maintain anything. So what happens is, you just need to you just need to create a Firebase account, and then you need to make use of real-time database service. So you need not worry about the underlying infrastructure, and this real-time database is very fast, so you need not even refresh your page. So what happens is, so why it is known as real time? Okay, so data gets synced into the database real time, so you need not refresh. If you add any entry from the application you have connected to, from the project you have connected to this real-time database, so when you do any changes, automatically that change will be reflected in real-time database too. Now, in this demonstration, I'll be showing you how to retrieve the data from Firebase Real-Time Database. So, retrieving data from Firebase Real-Time Database can be done in 4 simple steps. The first step, get reference to the desired table in Real-Time Database. So, coming to our scenario, what is the desired table? User underscore data is the desired table. So, what we need to do is, we need to get the reference of user underscore data. The second thing, in this demonstration, what I'll be doing is, I'll be entering an email ID over here. In the login page, I'll be entering an email ID. And if the user email ID is correct and the password is correct, so what will happen is, he will be navigated to welcome page. And in the welcome page, what I want is, I want the details of that corresponding email ID. Suppose if I have sent the details of if I have sent my details, Kaushik Modekurti 00 at gmail.com, if I have sent this email, so what I need is, I want these details, name, phone number. So these particular details should be shown, and these particular details will be shown in this text views. So this is what I'll be doing in this particular demonstration. For that, what we need to do is, we need to execute a query. So what is meant by a query? Uh, just to filter out based on the user input. Okay, so for that purpose I'll be making use of query. So I'll be executing my query using the reference of the desired table. After successful query execution, what I'll be doing is I'll be adding listeners to the query and capture the data. So what is meant by listener? So as we have explained you in the previous classes, whenever you'll be clicking on the logout button or in the login activity, coming to the login activity, whenever you'll be clicking on login button, so there will be a change, you will be navigated to welcome activity. Okay, so how does Java know, how does Android know that there is a change, there is an action occurred? So it will come to know using listeners. Listeners are the sort of things which I use for listening. If there is an activity occurred, if there is a change occurred, so listeners will listen to that, and it will whatever we have written the code for that, whatever we have written, whatever thing we want to do, so we'll be doing that. And after adding the listeners, so coming to our scenario, for what we are making use of listeners, so whenever database has sent some data, so these listeners will be listening whether the database has sent any data or not. So once we have got some data, what we'll be doing is we'll be capturing the data. We'll be capturing the data received from the database in some strings. Now, the last thing, now we have retrieved the data and we are ready to display the data. Okay, so these are the four simple steps in which we can accomplish our task retrieving data from Firebase Real-Time Database. I'll be showing you the code and I'll be explaining you. So from here what we'll be doing is we'll be sending an intent. As I have told you, like I need to send this email ID to the database. So what I'll be doing is in the welcome activity I'll be fetching the details. That's the reason I am sending my email user entered email from login activity to welcome activity. Okay, so how that is done? That is done using intent. Okay, so here I have sent intent dot put extras, and in the welcome activity what I have done is get intent extra. Okay, so now I'll be developing from the scratch. I'll be developing this code from the scratch. Okay, so what I'll be doing is, as I have mentioned in the first step, I want the reference to the data to the desired table in real-time database. Okay, so I'll be declaring the reference, database reference. As I have already integrated Firebase to this project, I'm getting no errors. Okay, so if you haven't integrated Firebase to your project, so please do check that. So how can you check whether you have added Firebase to it or not? So you can see you'll be going to tools and then you'll be going to Firebase, and their Firebase assistant will be loaded. And in this particular application, in this particular demonstration, I am making use of Firebase real-time database. That's the reason I'm clicking on more info, and then I'll be clicking on save and retrieve the data. So you can see connect your app to your Firebase. Now it is showing it to me in the green color, connected. And then the second thing, add the real-time database to your app. Okay, dependencies set up correctly. Already I have connected Facebook and I have set up dependencies in this video. So in this video I'll be showing you that video, scroll view and sending data into real-time database. Okay, scroll view and sending data to real-time database. In this particular video we have connected the Firebase, and apart from that we have also shown you how to push the data into real-time database. So if you have missed this video, then definitely do this before retrieving the data from real-time database. Okay, so in this particular video we have also shown how to set up our dependencies, required dependencies. So there are a few required dependencies. I'll be showing you the required dependencies. Okay, so this is the dependency, this is the required dependency for making use of Firebase real-time database service. Okay, so till now we are doing good. The next thing, I'll be declaring the reference my ref, database reference my ref. What I'll be doing is I'll be getting the reference my ref equal to, I'm making use of Firebase real-time database service, Firebase real-time database dot get instance. Then the next thing, get reference dot child. I want the reference of user underscore data. That's the reason. So let me see whether I have written my table name correctly. So you need to write your table name correctly. So I need to change this. Okay, it will not show you any error, but your file, your like database service won't be working. So what we have done till now. So I'll be closing this Opera Mini. It opened. Okay. The first thing we have done successfully, get reference to the desired table in the real-time database. The next thing, using the reference, execute a query. So first we need to create a query. So for that, what I'll be doing is query equal to myref dot. So order by child. I'll be explaining you what order by child means is email. Okay, dot equal to, okay, user email. So what does order by child means is, so I have specified email over here. What does this order by child do is, it will be traversing through every record, and in the every record it will check my email attribute. Okay, whenever the user entered email attribute, whenever the user entered email, and this particular email attribute in the database are when both of them are equal, when both of them are matched, only then we'll be getting our data. So order by child means it will be traversing through this attribute, whatever attribute we have specified over here. Here order by child, it will be traversing through all those attributes of those particular records. Okay, in this record it will be going to email, in this particular record it will be going to email. So my every record has got email. Okay, it will be traversing whenever the user entered email and this particular email are equal, then I'll be fetching the data. I'll be fetching the data, and that data includes my name, phone number and email. Okay, so now what I'll be doing is, I'll be writing the next thing. Okay, so I have executed my query. Okay, I have executed my query. Now what I need to do is, after successful execution of query, add listeners to the query and capture the data. Okay, now I'll be adding listeners. Query dot add listener for single value event. So what add listen, so we are having multiple listeners. I'll be showing you. Add control space. So see, add listener for single value event, add child event listener, add value event listener. So what I'll be doing is, in our scenario, what we need is, we want this complete data, email, name. So whatever records we are having, we want those complete details. That's the reason I am using add listener for single value event. Okay, so if you want to get only email or only name or only phone number, you can make use of add child listener or add value event listener. Okay, add child event listener or add value event listener in those scenarios. But in our scenario, I want the complete list, all the details. That's why I'm making use of add listener for single value event. So as you have done for set on click listener, in the similar way I'll be writing new, then value event listener. So whenever I write this, so two methods will be created for me automatically: on data change, on cancel. So on data change, whenever there is a change in the database, automatically that change should be reflected in my application. So this will be taken care by on data change method. And on cancelled method is, whenever I fail to get the data from the database, this method will be triggered, on cancelled method. Now once we have got our data, so now what we'll be doing is, we'll be capturing the data. How will we capturing the data? Okay, I'll be showing you data snapshot. Okay, so I'll be creating the data snapshot 1. Okay, snapshot 1 dot get children dot get children. Okay, so what this will do is, it will create a snapshot. Okay, it will create a snapshot of this email, name and phone number. So I'll be iterating through that snapshot and I'll be getting individual details. Okay, so this is how we do it. So we are making use of for each loop over here. So we have got a snapshot and I'll be retrieving. So it basically the database will be giving me a snapshot. Okay, so what I'll be doing is again from those snapshots I'll be creating the child snapshots. So my one of my child snapshot would be email, and the next child snapshot would be name. Okay, so snapshot 1 refers to name, email, and phone number. Now what I'll be doing is snapshot1 dot get value dot. So what type my get value will be? Reg user class type. Okay, so reg user dot class. Okay, dot get name. I'll be getting my name. Okay, so now I have got my name. So what I'll do is I'll be creating strings: name, phone number, and email. Okay, so now I have got get name. So this is name equal to, the next thing what I'll be doing is I'll be getting email equal to snapshot1 dot get value of type reg user class, reg user dot class dot get email. Okay, so this is the thing. The next thing what I'll be doing is I'll be getting the phone number equal to snapshot1 dot get value reg user dot class dot get phone number. Okay, so this is how I'll be doing. Now coming out of the loop, and what I'll be doing is just I'll be wait a minute. So now what I'll be doing is I'll be attaching them to these text views: txt name. So txt name dot set text. These are text views, so I'll be setting text name. Okay, then txt email dot set text. Okay, set text uh, uh, email. I'll be setting the text views. txt, the final text view, txt phone. Okay, so here I have declared over, I have binded my text views, okay, with the XML. So text phone dot set text, the final one, phone number. So I hope we are done. So here toast message, I'll be writing a toast message. Toast. Okay, failed to, something went wrong. I can just give something went wrong. Okay, so now we have completed. So I have now also added the listener, and now I have also retrieved the data and I'm ready to display the data. Okay, so I have shown you, wait a minute, I have shown you all like how to retrieve the data, and how to set the text views. Okay, so now let me check. So let me attach my phone. So let me attach my phone. I'll be attaching my phone and I'll be checking whether my application is working well or not. Okay, so now Studio will be recognizing my phone. Wait a minute, it will be recognizing my phone, and you can see over here. So HMD Global 6 Nokia 6.1 plus. Okay, so I'll be deploying in my phone. Okay, now Gradle build will take some time. So meanwhile what we can do is, like, I have alternatively saved my code over here. Again, meanwhile the Gradle build, so what I'll be doing is I will be explaining you the code. Okay, so text views. So what I have done is, first I'll be creating the reference, and the second thing I'll be executing a query, and then I'll be writing add listener for single value event. Okay, so basically these things are not that important. Okay, requires APK KitKat version, so they are not required. So real-time database will work in, like, it will be working in the API levels greater than KitKat. So that's the reason build version codes.kitkat. Okay, The next thing, snapshots. From the snapshots we are retrieving the data. Okay, individually I am retrieving the data. And what does objects dot require non-null? Okay, sometimes Android gives us these suggestions that this name, this email id and this phone number should not be null. Okay, so I hope, so till now Gradle build, it is taking some time. Okay, so my Gradle will be built. So I have explained you the code also. So now let me check what my application, what I'll be getting the output. I'll be showing you the output. Now if I enter my email id, kaushikmodekurti00@gmail.com, I'll be getting these details. Okay, my phone number and those things I'll be getting. Okay, so Gradle build, uh, it will take a while. Completed, almost done. So finished. Now the app is getting installed in my phone. So you can see it is being installed in my phone. Okay, so uh, wait for a while, I'll show you. It is being installed. Meanwhile what we can do is, so it is launching activity in my phone. Okay, it has launched the activity. So now what I'll be doing is, I'll be going to logcat and I will be capturing the screenshots. Okay, so I'll be capturing the screenshots. So when I open my app, it will look like this. So I'll be giving my email id and password which I have registered in the Firebase Realtime Database. Kaushik Modekurti, Kaushik @123. Okay, so this is the, I'll recapture the screen. So this is how I'll be getting. Okay, so see, I have entered the details. Now I'm clicking on login button. Okay, so now I have clicked on login button. So something went wrong. So you can see Kaushik Modekurti00@gmail.com and my phone number has been retrieved. Okay, so see, if I make use of another email id, I'll be making use of another mail id, Ken VRS Saigon, and I'll be getting his details. Okay, what I'll be doing is, I'll be changing the mail id, KNVRS. So I given @123. Okay, okay, fine. So uh, I don't know his credentials at this particular time. That's the reason it is showing me invalid credentials. Let me show you. That too. First, Firebase authentication will take place. Okay, so I have given these credentials. At first. Okay, now I will be clicking on recapture. So see, it has shown me invalid credentials. So at this point of time, I'm not having his credentials. That's why Firebase Auth is restricting me. Firebase Authentication Service is not allowing me to enter. Okay, so in this way, you can retrieve the data from the Firebase Real-Time Database. I hope you understood this. And like, if you have not understood, what we'll be doing is, we'll be giving you this code in our YouTube channel. Okay, we'll be pushing that code into GitHub, and that code will be giving in the description section. Okay, so if you like the video, please do subscribe to our channel Umang Solutions, and also please refer it to your friends, your peer group, or your juniors. Okay, so knowledge should be shared. So thank you everyone, thank you for giving me this opportunity for creating and uploading this video. Thank you all.